Stand for pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call the members present, please. Mr. Clerk, would you do the honors?
Councilman Jessup? Here. Councilwoman Graham?
Here.
Councilwoman Conover?
Present.
Councilman Mitten?
I'm here.
Councilman Paparad? Here. Councilman Biggs? Here. Councilman Rivas?
I'm here.
All present.
Can you do our first reading?
I can. Notice is hereby given that the taxpayers of Porter County, Indiana, that the proper legal officers of Porter County, Indiana, will meet in the Porter County Government Administration Building located at 155 Indiana Avenue, Valparaiso, Indiana. On May 20th, 2015, at 5 p.m. to consider the following additional appropriations in excess of the county budget for year 2015, and to transact the further business that might come before the council. Porter County General Fund, Sheriff General, overtime, about $69.60. Commissioner General Fund, uniform and clothing, $1,600. Sheriff's overweight vehicle fund, other supplies, $40,000. Equipment other than vehicles, $40,000. Training and education, $50,000 for a total of $130,000. Circuit Court JDAI grant fund, $2,000 to office supplies, $1,500 to other supplies, $2,000 to training and education, and $4,000 to contractual services for a total of $9,500. Taxpayers appearing in such meeting shall have the right to hear to be heard thereon. The additional appropriations as finally made will be referred to the Indiana Department of Local Government Finance, the DLGF, that will make a written determination as to the sufficiency of funds to support the appropriations made within 15 days of receipt of a certified copy of the attached table.
Well done. First thing on agenda, Porter Superior Court General Fund transfer, $100 from 3460 liability insurance to 3930 dues and subscriptions needed to pay Indiana State Bar Association fees. What's your pleasure?
Second.
Motion second on the floor. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Transfer approved. Circuit Court General Fund, $440 from 3978, care of patients and inmates to 4440, furniture and fixtures over $100, amount needed to cover a chair. What's your pleasure? Motion second on the floor. Any discussion? Looks like the chair outweighed the inmates. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Transfer is approved. Juvenile detention. We have a Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative grant. There's a additional $4,000, $2,000, $1,500, and $2,000 at various locations. Reason state grant additional funds appropriated to original grant award. In addition, there's a transfer of $3,000 from travel to training and ed, $3,000 from 3210 travel to 3950 contractual services. State grant changes funds to now pay for additional law enforcement training. Is all this money moving about from grants and it's not general fund, right? Yeah. I assume your motion is for additional asset transfer? All right. We have a motion on the floor. Is there a second? Yes. And we have a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Jessup? Yes. Councilwoman Graham?
Yes.
Councilwoman Conover?
Yes.
Councilman Whitten?
Yes.
Councilman Paparad? Yes. Councilman Biggs? Yes. Councilman Rivas?
Yes.
Approved, 7-0.
Okay. Porter County Highway Department. We have Cume Bridge Fund transfer, $3140 from 2210. From gas, fuel, and lube to 3950 contractual service bridge inspection. 6514.73 from 2310 tires and 3650 vehicle repair and 3660 safety, all to fund 1135-1234. Per Porter County Auditor, transfer for line items for positive balance.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Transfers are all approved. Parks and Rec, General Fund. We got a transfer, $1,617.47 from 3520 Water and Sewage to 3420 Building Liability Compensation Coverage. 2015 invoice from insurance provider is higher than the budget amount favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Transfer is approved. Sheriff, $69.60 to 11:30 overtime. Motion. Any discussion on this big request?
It's grant reimbursement.
So, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Graham.
Yes.
Councilwoman Conover.
Yes.
Councilman Whitten.
Yes.
Councilman Paparad.
Yes.
Councilman Biggs. Yes. Councilman Rivers.
Yes.
Councilman Jones. Yes. Approved 7-0.
Thank you, sir. Jail General Fund, we have a transfer request of $26,400 from 1110 salaries to 2230 food and groceries. Managed services taking over kitchen, salaries for cooks to cover costs of full service with CBM. Transfer will finish out the year June through December. Full salary is $57,240, will be needed in 2016 and then there's another transfer, $20,000 hourly food and groceries, sort of the same.
Motion.
Both transfers?
Second.
We have a motion and a second on both transfers. Discussion?
Yeah.
All right, one at a time. I guess the first yes was, Bob Butler.
Sure, this is, I assume you're contracting out for food services,
Yes.
and this is what I'm having from you, correct? You guys signed, I'm reading the contract.
Contract.
The only question I have the, section 3 pointed as contract adjustment, and they're using CPI, which is fine, but did you guys do any research on the food away from home index out of the department? That's what it's going to be based on, food away from home index.
Consumer price index.
No, yes, but the section, food away from home index, based on my last time I looked at something similar to this, that was based on restaurant food.
This has to do with the renewal.
Yes, and the inflation clause has been built into this. There's consumer price index, which, okay, that's the big umbrella, but then the food away from home index, if I'm not mistaken, I could be, I didn't know if anybody researched what that index is, because this should be tied to, let's use the wholesale. I'm looking down at the end of the guy who used to work in the grocery business.
What's your question?
The index should be tied, the CPI should be tied to the cost of food on a certain level. This food away from home index, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be, is if you had to eat out every night at a restaurant, which I'm sure is going to be vastly different than the cost of basic food, if I'm not mistaken. I just want, the question I'm asking, did anybody
Where you're eating, what if you're on McDonald's?
So you're saying like it could be a.
What if my wife makes steak every night?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a fair reflection of the CPI. You look up CPI, and there's going to be 1,000 indexes. The food away from home index, if I'm not mistaken, that could be. Did anybody research that index? That's all I'm asking.
Answer? No.
Okay.
Well,
Did everybody sign it?
Well, Betty.
Really? Did Betty look up the CPI for the food away from home index?
I have to ask.
Right. My point is, let's say CPI is 2.3%. Okay, that's fine, I'll accept that. But the food away from home index is 7.6% is the way. They're going to hit you with a 7.6% increase. That's all I'm saying.
Does everybody understand where he's going with this?
Yeah, I do. That's a good question. Very good.
But it might be a moot point. Because of something. Or I'm wrong, I don't, it nags at me, because this is concerning traveling salesmen, the cost of food away from home, what they're entitled to be reimbursed, blah, blah, blah. That's all. And I may be splitting hairs.
Well, I guess my thought, and I could be wrong, is I was thinking that was tied to the renewal that will come up after the first year. So it seems to me that when they were contemplating the renewal of the contract, and the first year's locked in, I think. So I think that the contract adjustments would be addressed at the time that they were contemplating the renewal, which would be April 2016. So I suppose that my suggestion would be to look at that in anticipation of your renewal. The point well made, point well taken, but I think the time, so you know what you're looking at, whether or not you want to renew. I didn't look to see if there was an automatic renewal in here, but.
It's a 3-year contract.
It's a 3-year contract.
It was signed this year.
My concern is that we're taking on 2 full-time salary people. I okay with next year we'll have to include that in our budget. No, it will be a
you were paying me for it, now you're not.
Now we're not.
Well, I guess let me rephrase my thought. I don't mean renewal. I mean when the first year comes up for export therapy, when the first year comes and goes, and we're anticipating coming into that, and we know that this contract has a 60-day cancellation clause for any reason, that would be the time I would look at it. That would be the time that I would start wondering whether or not we want to hit them with the 60-day cancellation because the increase is going to be too high. That's my thing.
And I can do that right now. I mean, I can make sure that we're clear and see what other things that we can get into rework on. If you're not comfortable with it, I'm sure they will. They base their price on what everyone else
There's
is.
no other here.
And they were the highest example of it. And actually, we're saving over $45,000 by going with this company. And versus having our employees and paying, because the other company, if we were out of contract, they wanted us to increase, they were higher than everyone with the increase, say, with that company, and that was our employees. Their price per meal was the highest.
So we're saving $45,000
Saving
roughly.
initially,
by not going.
yeah, over $45,000. So
Yes.
it will be every year, it will be, because
Well,
Like
think of, yeah.
like Dan pointed out, I mean, if it, for whatever reason, if it get out of hand, we could.
Oh, yeah.
What's the census right now?
416, 7,
So the cost per meal goes down, census goes up.
Okay, Sylvia, did you have a question as well?
Now, the 60-day notice that you're talking about, is that from this sign to signing it now, or any time, outfall? Maybe put it outfall.
It's a no-cause cancellation term. So we can just cancel anytime we need. 60 days. Anything else? All right, we've got both transfers in front of us, motion second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Transfers are approved. Sheriff overweight fund, 40,000 to 2250. This is really where I want to make it a third joke. 40,000 to equipment other than vehicles and 50,000 to motor vehicles. Scott, what do you know about the overweight fund?
I guess the question our auditor had was, we're doing these transfers, we're doing these additionals out of that fund, but according to the auditor, that fund currently only has $16,170.12 in it.
So, but tell me a little bit about this fund. How does it get funded? How does it run? And how do we propose to take, so we're taking money out of, we're requesting transfers that, out of a fund that doesn't have sufficient money in it to transfer out of it?
No, it's for a new fund.
Okay.
There's no line item in it at all. And
Okay.
we're expecting it to generate quickly enough to be able to purchase, grow things to help grow the state.
I see. So how much, so there is truly 16,170 in it now?
Right.
And how is that generated? How does it come from?
Well, we've got overweight, the overweight tickets, the reports, corresponding with the offenders, we get a percentage for that. And as the highway.
And this,
We didn't have a line item as far as ours was concerned. Of course, the money, we couldn't touch it because the money's in there to get it out.
Is this year 40%? What do you get, 40 and they get 60, or is it 60/40? The one between 60/40, which one?
We get 40.
Okay, is this your share, your 40% is this number? So he gets 60%.
We got about 24,000.
Well, you're projecting you're gonna get 130,000 out of 65, that's 40%.
Last couple weeks that he worked, the total amount of time was like 20-some thousand in just a matter of a couple weeks.
So who worked what income?
Cross law,
Right, possible, I understand that, right, but that's all.
county highway people will call us, say they need, enforcement in this area to make sure there's no overweight trucks. We send a guy out to the scales and stops different trucks and weighs them.
Okay. See, I don't have a problem with I don't have a problem with any of the fact we're appropriating money we don't have, that's all. We're making additional for money that could seem to come in. Is it better move to?
I don't think we can approve an additional,
there no cap?
in an amount in excess of what's in there.
I mean, the state's gonna kick it back. We had this problem last year.
I mean,
I would, we let it build up until we come back in 3 months.
At the end of the day, I think the state would kick this back. Because the state's gonna say, you wanna transfer 130, look at the fund's got whatever, at that time, if they've got 30, when they take a look, they're gonna say, well, those two don't match, take it back.
Yeah.
Well, we basically sat down and just thought, okay, what could we spend out of this money get? We're trying to buy, things that protect life, we're hoping to buy
Speed.
speed.
I don't think anybody here in the
Well,
public
I think what
can.
you're doing worse at budget time.
Yeah.
At the budget time, you could say, we're forecasting whatever this to be, do the line item as the money comes in, and spend.
Like, see,
That works. But doing the line item now and doing the additional,
Right, that's what I thought we were doing, is doing a line item, so we can have a line item, when we get the money, we put it in the line.
oh, we can create a line item,
Right.
we can't move money over that we don't have.
well, let's just,
Well, that's all I'm
let's
just creating.
We'll just do the
16,000
16,000.
over a little bit in each line item, and then that way the line item is this, the money's there, and as money comes in. You can come back in and say, we want to do the additional, based upon the money that's now present.
The 130 we're talking about, is this for the sheriff's department, or do you guys split it?
I believe this is the 130, the sheriff's department, this will be their portion.
Right.
Not 130, then 60-40 split.
Over time.
Okay, but wait, he has the same problem, he has the line items.
Sure, but his line item is at budget time, so he's only spending it as it comes in.
Would you have line item to address these?
We never done anything with it, we don't know what we can.
Because he has no place to put it either, probably.
Do we approve a budget for either of you guys for this?
Not yet,
No,
no,
they
it's
just
still,
create the-
yeah, right, if you have a line item, it's in a line item, it's just sitting there in a supervisor fund, just sitting in there, there's just no line item appropriated in order to use it.
So here's what I think the best course of action is, based upon what we've heard here today, is at best, we would approve, 6170 as additional to however we want to divide it up. And then, you guys can come back when you think you have a little more built up, and then you can wait and do it in one big playoff swoop, or you come each month out there. And then we'll address it, but then when we have budget time, we'll budget in what we think project, no, I can do that in, so.
What's the number you have?
6170, so.
16,170, 12 cents.
Want to do 5 and 6?
5,500.
6170 is the big one. So that would make it an additional request of 5,000 to 2250 other supplies, 5,000 to 3630 equipment other than vehicles, and 6170 to 4420 motor vehicles. Is that all right? Everybody understand?
Yes.
Everybody fine? All right, so, let's get, does the motion want to amend their motion to that effect? Who made the motion? Anybody? Yes, we did. For discussion. Who made that motion? Want to amend your motion to that? We have an amended motion. Is there a second? Second occurs. Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's get a roll call, Mr. Clerk.
Councilman Conover?
Yes.
Councilman Witten?
Yes.
Councilman Papera?
Yes.
Councilman Dean? Yes. Councilman Rivas?
Yes.
Councilman Jessup? Yes. Councilman Graham?
Yes.
7.
Thank you.
You get anything off the state? Does the state give you anything off the highway? You don't get anything off the state highway ticket?
That's all county roads.
So again, when we get the budget time, we'll just address it for the year, be done with it. Sheriff, continued, county user fee, civil fund, transfer 24,000 from 3950 contractual services to 1110 salary. This is the thing we started to address last time, as we do a transfer. We have a motion and a second. Discussion, and if we
I don't know the 144.
all right, that's what I said. Your motion includes the Form 144, second concur?
Yes.
All right, discussion.
How much is in this bill from? Is that where it's coming?
Yes. You know,
I don't even know what it's
But there's no bill here.
we think it's over 24,000. That's pretty good. It was substantially higher than last year. Any further questions? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
You gotta vote on that one for everybody.
Oh, we have 144 too. All in favor of the transfer, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? On 144, let's get a roll call.
Councilman Witten?
Yes.
Councilman Paparad?
Yes.
Councilman Biggs? Yes. Councilman Rivas?
Yes.
Councilman Jessen? Yes. Councilman Graham?
Yes.
Councilman Conover?
Yes.
7 out.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys. Porter County Commissioners, received a call from Commissioner Good, who was not able to make it today, and there wasn't a ton on the agenda for them, so I thought they'd be fine. Additional $1,600 to 2220 uniforms and clothing, uniforms for maintenance department. What's your pleasure?
Right.
You deny? What's your pleasure?
We don't do that.
We don't have any money for additional.
Is there a motion to deny the additional request then? Commissioner, Councilwoman Graham, has a motion to deny. Is there a second? Second for discussion. Discussion.
We don't have any money for additional.
Yes.
The second one.
I don't know why I reached out to the commissioner.
Well, this is something that they would simply do by a simple transfer of $1,600, as Jeremy pointed out. You appropriate literally millions of dollars a year, transfer
No.
$1,600.
General, we have no money. Our auditor.
Yeah, I think Jim might be agreeing with you.
I'm agreeing.
Let him go, so he's with you.
Okay, okay.
And the other thing is this, unless this is something new, I mean, this is for a uniform allowance. I'm not aware that they're wearing uniforms.
So we have a motion to deny and a second to deny on the floor.
Come back for transfer.
So, any further discussion?
And just for the record's sake, that I did, Jerry had called me on this about 2 weeks ago, and that's exactly what I suggested that he do, is to ask the commissioners to transfer.
There you go.
Good point.
Okay, so we'll get a roll call. A yes is to deny.
Councilman Biggs? Yes. Councilman Rivas?
Yes.
Councilman Jessen? Yes. Councilman Graham?
Yes.
Councilman Conover?
Yes.
Councilman Witt?
Yes.
Councilman Paparad?
So a yes is a no?
Right.
So I'm voting yes.
7-0.
So we'll let the commissioners know that they need to send somebody next meeting and to look at it as a transfer, and then we'll take a look at it. Porter County Election Board pulled their request because of an emergency, what I was told this afternoon. Is that correct, Joy?
Yes.
So we'll just, so that is withdrawn. Might not have been an idea, given the speech I had in store. Second reading.
Following additional appropriations for tonight, approved by the council. Sheriff's General Fund overtime, $69.60. Sheriff's overweight vehicle fund, other supplies, $5,000. Sheriff's vehicle, overweight vehicle fund, equipment other than vehicles, $5,000. Sheriff overweight vehicle fund, training and education, $6,170.12. Circuit Court JDI grant fund, other office supplies, $2,000, other supplies, $1,500, training and education, $2,000, contractual services, $4,000.
All right. Any questions on second reading? What's your pleasure? We have a motion and a second on second reading. Roll call, please, Mr. Clerk.
Councilman Rivas?
Yes.
Councilman Jessen? Yes. Councilman Graham?
Yes.
Councilman Conover?
Yes.
Councilman Witt?
Yes.
Councilman Paparad? Yes. Councilman Biggs? Yes. 7-0.
Sir, Attorney's report.
So we have the joint meeting scheduled for June 3rd concerning the legislation
feet on the ground and running hard by then. As you know, I reached out to the commissioners and asked them all for a joint meeting. 2 of the 3 are able to make it on June 3rd. And I indicated then that it's the wish of our board to be able to hit this hard and get it done and get this money rolling for the county, so.
There's no excuse for not having
That's right.
doing what we needed to do.
So, hopefully that'll be a productive meeting, and I anticipate us really getting some groundwork covered and get moving. How about, anything on the animal shelter, guys?
Well, Bob, I think Bob has a comment on that date. I mean, we want the most people there, I know you set the date, but.
Yeah, we need to keep that date, and so I think what we should do is this is I anticipate this, this is what I anticipate, and I would make the same offer to, the commissioner that can't attend, is that when we start this meeting, I don't think we're gonna finish in one meeting. I anticipate us getting some of our groundwork settled and, calling a short meeting, a short down the road meeting, maybe a week down the road, maybe a week and a half, to have a second meeting where we'll start finalizing all these things. So I'm happy to do a couple things. One is we can get sort of the, maybe some of your general thoughts, Bob, if you want to give them to us, and, just give them to me, or we can call you in, if we can do at some point during the meeting, if you want us to call you.
No phone available.
Yeah, conference you in, kind of keep you into the loop, but I really don't, trying to get all 10 of us nailed down on such an important issue, it just felt like it's time to get as many together as we could, and get the first meeting out of the way, and get the second meeting scheduled, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, after all, we're not transferring any money at that point.
Right.
So,
Let's
it's
start
not
with the
necessary to
month.
have all 10 of us there anyway.
Take the month of June. We may have 2 or 3 meetings.
I anticipate that. I mean, there's no way we're gonna get it all done in one meeting, but we know that the golden hour is July 1st, so let's try to get there.
On that note, can I make a comment?
Yes.
I've had some discussions from people about the sheriff's pension plan. We want to expand that discussion a little bit, or just bring it out in the open to where we can think about it.
Yes, I think we should have a sheriff's.
I'm just talking about that.
I think we should have a sheriff's pension committee. You being the chairman of that.
I just talked to them about it. They had.
Congratulations, you're the chairman.
Well, I'm just, is this even gonna be entertained? Because I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on something that's completely dead. We're talking, 10 to $20 million,
I think you should
which gets
explore,
them out of the general fund.
I think you should explore whatever possibilities are out there and bring it back to the board. I think anything that, the sheriff actually reached out to me today as well, and I told him that I was going to talk with you to see about meeting, but it seems like a great opportunity to have another committee.
Well,
Never really aware of what-
I'm not saying that, I'm just saying a number. It gets them out of the general fund for X amount of years, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, and I'm not really ready to say whether I think it's a good thing or a bad thing, or somewhere in between, without knowing what the numbers really are.
Right, I agree, I just didn't know if it was.
Yeah, I think you should.
You should explore that.
Why not? Why don't you get us some numbers together? You want somebody on that committee with you, or
Yeah, I mean, anybody wants to.
who wants to serve with Bob? He's a very charming fellow.
Next week, I told the sheriff I'd give it him next week, maybe he could still.
All right, so maybe you and, Councilman Biggs can get together with him, and
I'm not going to.
yeah. Well, you're an easygoing guy. So is Bob, Water Off the Ducks Bank. Okay, that's fantastic, Bob, thanks.
I mean, it's just a discussion point, that's all.
Anybody else want to serve on that committee? You can have more than 2, someone have 4. All right. Congratulations, guys, you got the job. Animal shelter, anything going on with that?
No, but, and I don't know who to put this in front of. I know a couple of the communities. We talked about assessing the communities going forward, starting next year, but everybody's gonna be putting their pens to the paper for their budgets, and the communities need to know what we're gonna be charging. And I suggested a formula like we do with the edit distribution, a population, and come up with some numbers so the communities know that they need to budget for us and pay for that service next year.
Animals that we're supposed to be charging the communities for it.
Are we?
No.
Is there?
Well, I
Was
think,
there ever?
Well, the town of Chesterton pays.
But they don't have a contract.
Yeah.
and it's say something is if when we do build a new animal shelter, which will allow horses to come online, then it would also have the possibility of the county taking over horses animal control. But it's, again, we just can't continue to absorb everybody without a cost.
Right now, I think Forty's paid, what, 30,000?
A cost.
But
So,
I know they're talking about an animal ordinance, and I was gonna ask a question, is that the fees of that animal control, it's gonna go to the animal shelter or the sheriff?
Well, they left the fees section out of the new ordinance at this point. I think just for that very reason, until we do a little bit of pre-planning here, we get a chance to talk to municipalities that determine what's fair and equitable.
Well, here's from a former town council member for a long time,
Yes.
who pound sand, and I'll tell you what.
Are you telling them to pound sand, or?
I was a town council member, I tell the, because
Maybe that's why you're a former.
well, that could be. You're gonna charge the town of Chesterton a service that you wouldn't charge a guy that lives on a corporated board county.
Yeah, but isn't maybe,
I'm just asking a question. You're gonna charge a resident theoretically in the town of Chesterton. for a
yeah, but
service.
we in unincorporated areas, we drive all of our stray animals into the cities and towns anyway.
Okay, well, you should, either way. My point is, I don't know, okay, if we wanna go down that road, start charging municipalities for a service we provide, then let's have an inmate fee. When Chesterton brings an inmate down to the jail, let's bill them. Cause it's the same thing.
as you were saying, we could just pull out of municipalities and not do the animal control.
I'm just saying, is it a county service that we provide to the county?
We,
That's all I'm asking.
initially, we thought in our little committee that it would be to pay for animal control officers.
I'm just saying, are we going to hit the municipalities a fee for a service that the county provides, but we're not gonna get
A
unincorporated?
contract.
Well,
I understand.
You have your more concentrated.
I mean, there's lots of arguments, I'm talking about.
But here's the question, I guess. So right now, Forty's pays for animal control
Themselves.
itself.
Mhm.
So if we're gonna suck up and absorb some of that.
Well, I agree, I'm not saying, what I'm saying is this a county responsibility? Well, then why are we taking anybody's animal?
Might be a good question. I think
Because we don't wanna run.
It's up to county.
No, we by statute have to provide animal control.
Correct.
We don't have to provide a shelter to house, but we do have to provide animal
Correct,
control.
I agree with that statement.
We already have one municipality that's been paying.
I know, and I sat in Burns Harbor, they asked us for money every year.
But the thought is,
Historically, they've all paid,
Mhm.
but we've last, we've
Mhm.
had nothing.
I agree.
And what else, where else, I mean, here's the thing, you've got, so your Forties, or your Valpo, your Chesterton, or your Cows, it's a town, right? And there's Hebron.
Mike.
Well, I mean, you've got,
Those are your people.
and you've got stray animals, you're gonna take it somewhere.
Well, I know, but man, I'm just saying,
So
are we
we
gonna
are-
charge the municipality?
I don't think
a
we're-
fee for something we
Yes.
find free to unincorporate? That's all I'm asking.
I think it's a good question, but it's a question that's has to be answered down the road. It's hopefully a part of the conversation of building a new animal shelter, but at this point in time, that has come to a standstill because I don't know why. The board of commissioners are not on the same page on this right now. So I think as we hold that joint meeting, that should be part of that conversation because the ball is in their court to move forward. And we can move this thing forward. So,
Well, the council is very correct in that this is something that we need to get finalized before we finalize it as to what we're actually going to be spending that animal operation shelter.
I think the joint
And I
meeting.
think, and I personally think, the municipalities they realize there's an expense there that we have to incorporate, and they're reasonable, as long as
Oh,
we're
no,
reasonable.
I don't disagree with your statement, Jim, I'm just disagreeing with the premise.
Yeah, but the opposite side of that premise is that, do we build a new shelter and not, I mean, so the cities and towns maybe pass off their animal control responsibilities to the county?
Now, we talking about animal control or the shelter?
Or get the benefit of a new shelter and not pay for it.
I don't disagree that, I'm saying, the guy in South County does not pay any extra for animal control. That's a county function. Why did Jeremy or Dan have to go in all the time? Well, Karen's been living in the city of Alpha, why does she pay more?
I live in the city, I was.
Oh, do you live in the point?
Every district is
Okay, you're in it? Okay.
No, I was redistricted.
You just, you just, that's all I'm saying, you know.
The population that's in there of animals are being picked up in the.
No, I'm talking about the 30,000 foot picture here. Are we gonna start charging somebody that lives in the city something that will provide it free to a resident?
I don't think that I, or
There you go.
you, or anybody else in this board, or anybody in municipalities are wanting to have a conversation as to what we do with these animals after we pick them up if we're not gonna have a shelter.
Well, that's not the discussion. The
That's
discussion
a very grim.
the discussion, what do we, because if we're gonna go down this road of charging them, which I'm not saying is right or wrong, then let's institute an inmate.
It's a great question.
When Chester the Squad brings somebody down to the jail, tell them, hey, bring $100 bill.
I think it's a great question, but I think.
It's still a county service, that's all I'm saying, it's a county service, that's all I'm saying. If we can get money out
Well,
of it.
we've kind of beat that horse for a moment.
Yeah.
So,
Beat that dog.
Maybe that's why it doesn't come before us yet.
all right, anything else on the animal
I
shelter?
just like to serve time, that's all.
I think it needs to be discussed at that joint meeting, so I would ask that you include that in the agenda for that meeting, so we can get that moving forward.
Okay.
Because they need to know what their
Anything,
assessments might be, so they can budget for it.
All right, anything else that needs to come in front of the council?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn, second, all in favor? Good night.
Everybody have a safe holiday.